Hi, I'm Leanne from Bat Lady Herbals, and welcome to my video. Today I wanted to introduce you to a plant that is local here in Florida and has amazing benefits both medicinally and as a culinary herb. And that is the Florida Betony, known as Stachys floridana. Now the Stachys is actually one of our local plants in the Lamiaceae family, or the mint family. So you can see it has a square stem and it has opposite leaves. Another notable thing about the Lamiaceae family is that if you break off one of these leaves and crush it, they're usually fairly aromatic. This one is on the less so side of things. Now, none of these are flowering, but you can see where the flowers were. And another characteristic of mint family plants is that their flowers resemble lips. If any of these were flowering, I would be able to show you, and you would see a resemblance. Now, this is a small one, but it's a really good example of how they grow. This little plant is considered a crazy weed here in Florida, but it is a native, so technically it is not invasive. Invasive means it comes from elsewhere. However, it is tenacious and it likes to grow in your lawns and gardens. So a lot of gardeners and homeowners tend to try to eradicate this plant with varying degrees of success, because really the only way to get rid of it is to dig up these little tubers and their root. Because this is how the plant spreads, or at least the main way that this plant spreads. It does have seeds, and it does spread through seed, but this is what makes it so hard to get rid of in your garden. Fortunately for us, this is also one of the reasons it's so valuable. This little tuber is absolutely delicious. And this tuber is responsible for a lot of common names and nicknames of this plant. One of them is rattlesnake root, or rattlesnake weed. Another one is Florida radish. There's also Florida artichoke. Now this plant doesn't taste anything like artichoke, but this tuber does taste like a mild radish, and it has the same kind of crunch. And it makes a darn tasty pickle. However, the whole plant is edible. You can eat the leaves, you can eat the flowers. It's just not considered a choice edible like the root is. Matter of fact, the Stachys floridana has a close cousin called Stachys affinis that the root goes for about $150 a pound in Europe. It's sought after worldwide in high-end restaurants. Chefs absolutely love it. But for some reason, this one just hasn't taken off like that yet. I don't know why. I like it. Now the leaves are edible, but they're more well known for their tea and their medicinal purposes. A tea or a tincture made from the leaves of this plant is highly useful when you have upper respiratory conditions, especially when you're running a fever, such as when you have a cold or a flu, because it does work mildly to reduce your fever, but more importantly, it helps to open up your airways, your air passages, your nasal passages, your bronchioles, so that you can breathe easier. Now, like many other members of the mint family, it's also a really good digestive plant. Now, not only Are the leaves and flowers, stems, all of this plant good for your digestive tract to help reduce ulcers, calm your stomach, reduce flatulence, helps to improve your digestion overall. But this is another area that the root really shines, because these tubers are a prebiotic. Now, prebiotics are a little bit different than probiotics, which most of us are familiar with. Probiotics add beneficial bacteria to your system. Prebiotics are food for those beneficial bacteria so that they can be nourished and to help keep us healthy by what we eat as well as what they eat. This is a prebiotic, which is going to help your system stay well balanced and balance out your gut flora, which is going to help bring your entire body into harmony or homeostasis. Now, if you ferment it, you get even more of those probiotic and prebiotic benefits before you eat it. Because like I said, this is a prebiotic plant or prebiotic food. So when you ferment, you're increasing that bacterial benefit, just that much. Also, like other members of the mint family, this plant will make an excellent wound wash. Make a super strong tea or tincture and use it to clean out any wounds, cuts, scrapes, anything like that. And it's an antiseptic, so it's going to help fight that bacteria, fight infections. But it also is going to help your skin heal just a little bit faster. Now, this Betony is local only to Florida, or only to America. There is a cousin that it has pretty much the same uses as. It's just a little bit less potent. And that cousin in Europe was used in ancient Greece for over 47 different remedies. And in the Middle Ages, it was considered a panacea or a cure-all. The most common uses, though, were anything to do with the head. So this plant is really good for headaches, especially tension headaches, headaches that have to do with digestive upset and anxiety. And this plant also helps with anxiety, especially if you're having a hard time sleeping because of your anxiety. It helps to calm those little voices in your head so that you can actually get a good night's rest, which helps anxiety out all around. Now, if you follow my blog, I've recently written a couple posts about this plant. One of them goes into some of the medicinal benefits, but the other one has a few recipes. So you can see how culinarily diverse this plant can truly be. Not only is it good edible raw, but you can cook it up. I like to use it as a pasta substitute for gnocchi pasta, which is a little potato pasta that looks similar to this. So thank you for joining me today. Once again, I'm Leanne from Bat Lady Herbals. If you like what I do, please feel free to find me on Patreon and support me by being a patron. Also, like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you want to be notified for any of my new videos that are coming up. You can also find my blog at batladyherbals.com. You'll find lots of detailed information about other plants, as well as health concerns and recipes, all on that blog. If you like what I'm wearing, you can find it at teespring.com. The link to my store directly will be down below. And not only will you find this shirt, but you'll find several other designs as well. So thank you once again for joining me, and have a wonderful day.